Matt Hall of K-StateOnline here with Jeffrey Martin, and we are inside K-State's practice facility right now. K-State just wrapped up their media availability after being named to the number 9 seed in the South region, yes, I believe. Correct. Where they'll face Creighton. No real storylines in this one to talk about, the number 8 seed. Obviously, K-State was excited. You could tell. Relief's the wrong word. They expected to be in, but they're proud of this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was funny listening to Bruce talking about how their dreams were, I guess, what's the word you do? Dreams are granted, or wishes were granted, or whatever. He used wishes, I think he said. And getting in and being able to play Friday, which gives extra days of recovery for Barry and Dean, who I think, as we've reported and said over the weekend, they're definitely going to go.
Yep, and I thought that was interesting too, that was some of the storyline, and the two players made available were Barry and Dean, which I think increases confidence, coupled with the fact, like you said, they're going to play Friday, that K-State will have those two guys back, which is obviously huge news for K-State.
Yeah, I think the thing with Dean is that it's going to be a pain tolerance issue, and he won't practice probably for the remainder of this year. If that's another few days or a couple of weeks or whatever. You'll just let him shoot, have to do some stuff on a bike, keep his stamina up or whatever. But, these guys are pretty conditioned. They're young guys, so should be fine. As for Barry, wasn't squinting. Eye looked fine. Not even, maybe a little dark, but, I think he's going to be fine, and he didn't seem bothered at all. He's too competitive. It sounded like he was looking forward to the challenge of guarding or covering Marcus Foster.
Something we asked the players about, and Coach Weber, was kind of the ascension of this program. 2 years ago, not in the tournament. Last year, first 4, won a game, then lost to Cincinnati this year to finish 4th in the league. Single-digit seed in the tournament. I think you've done a great job of talking about the growth of this program. What do you think, the last 3 years and where they're at now says about the growth of this group?
Well, you want to be trending in the right direction, right? You literally pressed reset. I know people want to roll their eyes and be like, oh, you're going to buy that line of thinking. And I'll say, look, the proof is in the finishes, right? This is what it is, and so they're now poised this year to do better than they did last year. They now have to deal with the first 4 game. They can actually play an 8-9 game, which is essentially it's the definition of mediocrity in a bracket, right? You're that 8-9 game where people say it's basically a toss-up game, and so next year, if you continue on this trajectory, you're probably looking at 5-4
yep.
seed or maybe even higher. And so if that is the situation, you're improving, and that's all you want out of your program.
Marcus Foster, of course, is the storyline, and we're not going to ignore it. We'll talk about it, but there's going to be so much coverage tonight on K-StateOnline throughout the week. But not just Foster. I want your thoughts on K-State's potentially their first 2 matchups, because they play a Creighton team that's kind of free-flowing, offensively minded, scores a lot of points, and then they could turn around and play a Virginia team that's probably the best defensive team in the country. It would be a completely different style. But 2 games that you'd think you can rationalize K-State finding a way to win those games.
Yeah, I think that first game against Creighton, this is going to be points galore, and we've seen how K-State is against teams that play offense. They're better than those teams. They're more skilled, and I think that's where Bruce's kind of expertise, if you will, I think comes into play. Skilled guys, good offense, and they score. That's K-State's pretty confident against those teams. Now, in the next round, you have almost literally the opposite of that. You got Virginia with that defense, and it'll be hard for me because I'm kind of an unabashed Tony Bennett guy. I think he's the best coach in America, and they're tough. That's just, if you get to 50 against them, that's an accomplishment. So, but you deal with what's in front of you, and honestly, I don't think they're impossible to beat. This is a team that is skilled, and if you run some stuff, and with Mac's emergence in the last six games or so, I don't know. I think there's a lot to be excited about, I guess, with this team right now, and I think they're in a great place. I think that Dean and Barry, I think we're pretty impressed with their guys, what they did against KU with them out. They have to be feeling confident, and I think they're a dangerous team. I do.
Like Jeff said, I think there is a lot to be excited about with this team and with the coverage you're going to see from K-StateOnline tonight and the rest of the week. So for Jeff Martin, for Matt Hall, for Grant Flanders producing this thing, thanks for watching the video, and
you better tell your friends.